Elections are perfect. Talk to your supervisors of elections. They'll tell you that there's fraud in every election.
The governor's pick for Secretary of State is on the lookout for election fraud, but not everyone is happy with this choice. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gatz, and Lisa Bell has the night off. In Florida, the Secretary of State has the final say on elections, a powerful position heading into the midterms. The governor has selected Byrd, a Republican member of the Florida House of Representatives. He's an attorney who calls himself the Florida gun lawyer. He also serves on the House Public Integrity and Elections Committee.
So in that position, he had a key role in forming the state's new election integrity law. Earlier this year, Byrd spoke about what he called nationwide irregularities in the 2020 presidential election.
But there's lots of low-level fraud that happens. Here's another. There were two truths in the last election. There were nationwide irregularities, call it fraud, whatever you want to call it. But also, here's the other good news. In 2020, more Black Americans than ever voted.
So despite claims of election fraud, the Associated Press reviewed 25 million ballots in 6 battleground states and found only 475 cases of potential fraud. Let's go live now to News 6's Troy Campbell for more on why Byrd is taking the job just months before those midterm elections.
Well, Matt, the resignation of the current Florida Secretary of State came just one day after a judge ruled against her office's defense of the new redistricting boundaries. Now, News 6 political expert Jim Clark says the governor has appointed someone who will be more vocal and aggressive defending the governor's policies. Governor Ron DeSantis releasing a statement Friday announcing his new pick for Florida's Secretary of State, describing Jacksonville Republican Byrd as a staunch advocate for election security, public integrity, the fight against big tech censorship, and the deplatforming of political candidates.
He has been a favorite of the governor's for the last 4 years.
News 6 political expert Jim Clark says the resignation of Secretary of State Laura Lee doesn't come as a surprise, adding Governor DeSantis initially picked former Seminole County election supervisor Mike Ertel for the role.
I think the governor wanted someone who's going to be more of an attack dog with the election coming up.
But he resigned after just weeks on the job when pictures surfaced showing Ertel in blackface at a 2005 Halloween party.
Various culture war, hot button issues. And so between now and the election, you're going to see him all over the state talking about election integrity, trying to look for things that are wrong, and hammering on the theme that Donald Trump created of, hey, the election is stolen.
Representative Byrd has attached his name to several controversial bills, including the Parental Rights in Education bill, referred to as the Don't Say Gay bill by opponents.
Remember, this is the governor's map, and Secretary Lee has not been particularly vocal in defending it. So I think that he is going to be front and center.
Clark says, unlike Secretary Lee, Byrd is expected to be a key voice for the governor's agenda. Several Democrats, including Orlando Representatives Carlos Guillermo Smith and Ana Escamani, have voiced concerns with Byrd's appointment. The lawmakers cite concern over Byrd's wife's alleged involvement with the far-right group referred to as QAnon. News 6 emailed Byrd's office regarding those claims, and we have not received a response. Live in the newsroom tonight, Troy Campbell, Getting Results, News 6.